I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. The people of Mecca were pagan.
The Quran is mentioned, if this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think God gave them.
That we believe without understanding.
The brother asked a very important question, that most of the scholars say that listening to music, watching movies, and most of the television programs, they're haram. So how can we have fun? Let me tell you, brother, at the outset, that having fun is permitted in Islam as long as the fun is halal fun.
That the standard narrative has holes in it.
The Prophet tells us because Satan or the devil sleeps over our nostrils. Those who oversleep and not pray Fajr on time, Satan urinates in their ears.
I really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. He thought that he was a son of God in the sense that he was specially chosen by God. I think Jesus really did think he was going to be the Messiah, the future king of Israel. I mean, that is, after all, why they crucified him.
Hello everyone, and peace of Christ all of you. Please invite your friends and let us have some good time together. Before we start our topic today, I have a link in the info of this video, and I will post the link here. This is for our new translation, the second part of Sex and Allah in the Albanian language for free. So download, share. Again, this is my gift to people who speak Albanian for Sex and Allah. And look, we have the rainbows there too, you know, that's wonderful. So sexy, sexy, dahi, Allah, Allahu. Okay, this is how it is in Albanian. So this is the book for free. Feel free to download it, share to your friends. And don't just copy the link, because link might disappear. Okay, just download the book. It's a small, tiny file. And one day, even if you don't speak the language, one day you see somebody who speaks the language, you can share it with him. All right? So this is as a start, and we are very thankful for the ones who did the translation. Actually, this person helped a lot in many translation. So we are grateful for the work they do. And the Lord himself, he will reward them, not me. So thank you very much. We appreciate your work. Now, before we continue, we have a question sent to me by a Christian. I guess he is from Indonesia. He said to me that the Muslims in Indonesia, they say that Jesus was married. And they say that Jesus was teaching as a rabbi in the synagogue, and therefore he have to be married. I mean, the Muslims, the Muhammadan, the black stone kissers, they are so desperate. First of all, Jesus was not a rabbi in the synagogue. Otherwise, give us a reference. Secondly, you idiot, there's no requirement in the Bible that a rabbi have to get married. That's number two. Number three, you idiot. Isn't it Jesus himself in Matthew chapter 19, verse number 12? He encouraged those who want to serve God not to get married. So how the teacher will tell you it's better not to get married, and he himself is married? This is Matthew. There is people who they are born, they cannot, you know, marry. You know, they have a defect in their birth. And there is people they cannot marry because somebody did something to them, like slaves. They used to, you know, cut their private part. But there is people who choose not to do so because they want to serve the kingdom of the God. So the desperate Muhammadan, and this is why you're a stupid God, Aka Muhammad, he says, claiming that this is not a teaching of Jesus. So even you Muslims, I mean, they're very weird. Why your Prophet Muhammad didn't say that Jesus himself, he get married? The guy who knew about the ant speaking, he did not know what Jesus did. He knew about Suleiman and the ant. He went to the valley of the ant, and one of the ants, she said to the other ant, hide, otherwise Suleiman. What is killing me in this story, how she knew his name, Suleiman. So if we go to the stupid Quran, the yellow pages of Muhammad, we will find in chapter 57, verse number 27 says that, you know, to be not married is something we fabricated. But as you see, this is false, because this is what Jesus himself said, and Jesus himself was not married. So desperate, you know, desperate. Yeah. And by the way, your God, Allah, he was thinking to get married, but look what happened. His wife, she ran away. So I find that the Muslims, you know, the Muslim, they cannot challenge somebody. He is, you know, like you don't know his belief. He don't like, and he said, this guy, he says to me, and I think maybe you did not get my answer, you know, my question. So I will repeat it again. What's wrong with you? Don't you read the Bible? And secondly, when somebody says something to you, tell him, give me the reference. I mean, it's very simple. Suddenly the Muslims now are expert with the Jewish tradition. There's no teaching in the Bible saying such a thing. What the Jewish do, they have customs, and depend on the student too. If the student, they want a rabbi, he is married, they will not follow him unless he is married. If they don't care, they don't care. Same time, Jesus was not a rabbi in a synagogue. People call him prophet, call him rabbi. Rabbi means teacher. For the donkeys who do not know what rabbi means. Maybe those people think that rabbi means a priest. Rabbi means teacher. So, very silly people, you know, desperate. You know, when a Muhammadan, he says something to you, and you say that the Christian do not know how to answer, because they are, you know, they are not trained, they are not expert, they are not prepared, and they are not well versed. As simple as that. Otherwise, the Bible says clearly that Jesus is the one, he said, those who want to serve the kingdom of God, it's better for them not to get married. So what about him, himself? Same time, when somebody, he mentions something, let him give you a reference. Very simple. Tell him, show me where it says, anywhere, any book, go ahead, you know. And you know, the funny is that we as a Christians, when we speak about Islam, we don't go and quote from the Christian Bible to prove Muhammad is stupid. We quote their book to prove that Muhammad is stupid. Muhammad, he wanted to increase the number. Jesus, he wanted the quality. Muhammad, he don't care for quality because he himself wasn't a quality. If Muhammad was a quality, he will not be jumping from a woman to a woman to a woman. And the Muslims themselves, they say to you that Muhammad was marrying many women for political reason. That means Muhammad is a fraud. Political reason is no better than a scam, because simply you are marrying a woman just to use her. This is exactly what political reason. He married Khadija because she is rich. So he will have a political place in the society. He will level himself up. She is very rich. He is very poor. So he married a woman. She is way older than him. She have a bunch of husbands before him, a bunch of kids from previous husbands. And he was willing to marry. And this is, you know, the Arab, they don't marry anyone. Go and ask anyone. Arab don't marry women are older than them unless she is rich. Which means they married her for her money. Even Muhammad himself, he says a woman, she will be married for 3 reasons. And the first reason, he said, for her money. Otherwise, Muhammad as a person, he is a pervert who he liked to have sexual relationship with the children. And this is why Muhammad here, he advised his followers to marry children because you can play with them. As you see the story of Jabir, and this is a Sahih story, very authentic. Jabir is a person who married a woman. She is previously married and she is a widow. And here you ask yourself, what is the business of this filthy man Muhammad? He asked him, did you marry a virgin or previously married? Muhammad investigating the vagina now. He want to know the situation of the vagina. Does it have wax in it or the wax is gone? Imagine somebody, he asks a question like this to you about your wife. Was she a virgin or not a virgin? A man who respects himself, if a man asks him such a question, he will break his nose. But because Muhammad is a scumbag and his companions are no different. So look, why Muhammad is upset now? Is she virgin or previously married? I said, O Messenger of Allah, she is previously married. What the Prophet says, why? 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 Why you don't marry a young girl? And now a Muslim says to you, she is a young girl, so what? It's not a, she is not a child, she is a young girl. But if you read the rest of the hadith, you will see that it says here that my brother or my father, he died and he left me 9 or 7 daughters. This guy, he do not know how many, behind him, which means he left behind orphans. So I did not approve the idea of marrying someone like them. Someone like what? Like them. So she is a child like them. Why? Why? Christian Prince, I challenge you to answer this question, and I will give you 5 BMW. First of all, show me one verse in the Bible it says that Christ was a Christian. Christian Prince, if you could not answer this question, I understand. This is Abdul is challenging me to prove that Christ was a Christian. And this is who they are, low IQ, stupid religion, stupid followers, stupid God, stupid book, and a pervert prophet who is asking the man to marry a child in the age of the orphan. The man was a person of IQ, little bit. He says to him, why I want to marry a child when I marry a woman should take care of the children's. Your prophet is a pervert. So in order for Jesus to be a Muslim, as Muslim they claim, well, he have to be pervert like your prophet. Not only he have to be married, he have to marry children like your prophet. And then he go around and he advise people to marry babies. Didn't your prophet ask for the hand of his wife in the future when she was an infant? Habiba? Habiba, huh? Yeah. Anyway, so today our topic is about Allah is one God. I like that. The one Allah. The one, Allah is one. So my question to the Muslims, and I will show you in 2 seconds how the Muslims are in trouble. They do not know what to say. If I ask the Muslims, Allah is one what they will say? Shall we give it a try? I will open my Skype. Only Muslims as usual can call me. Allah is one. This is what we hear from Muslims. They keep repeating that, and it's like a drama. Allah is one, brother. Allah is one, brother. Okay, and Allah is one what? My Skype right now is open. People who believe that Allah is one, you are welcome to call me and tell me Allah is one what? Who dare to call us and tell us Allah is one what? We have a Muslim, his name is Faisal. Let us see Faisal. Faisal is not online now, so he texted me from before, maybe. Let us skip Faisal then. We have this guy Safaraz who knows nothing. This is the same guy who keeps saying to me, Christian Prince, the only important one is where we go, heaven or hell. This is the important one. Do we have any Muslim would like to join us and tell us Allah is one what? Who is a Muhammadan? He can join us, please, and tell us Allah is one what? You don't know, don't you? Is one what? Any Muhammadan? Any brave Muhammadan? Why it's hard? So you make articles, Allah is one, and you know, if you go to the if you go to Muslim website, as long as no Muslim there to call, you know, if you go to a Muslim website, let's open one, just wait, with a search for Allah is one. Allah is one. You open the article, it says, say He is one, He is Allah, the one and the only. So, the only. Is that like I'm sexy and you know it? He is Allah. So if Allah is the one is talking, Allah, Abdul, listen, Allah is one what? He is the one and the only. What does that mean? First, if he is one, you are adding the word only to confirm that he is lonely or he is alone, or I'm not sure what does that mean. Chapter 112. This is what they are saying. This is their translation. If we go to chapter 112, verse number 1, we will find that this is false translation. And you know, the funny is, the name of the chapter is Al-Ikhlas, which means to be sincere. And the Muslim, they translated the name as monotheism. Look, the name of the chapter to be sincere in Arabic. The name of the chapter in English is monotheism. Say, O Prophet, He is Allah, one and indivisible. What? Where it says that? Where in the verse it says what we saw in the article and what it says here? All what says in Arabic is قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Where it says, let us go back to the article. Where it says he is the and only. Where in the verse it says the word only? Any Muslim can show me? And where in the verse it says that he is the indivisible? See how they are adding words? Those people, they are willing to fabricate their own book to make it sound maybe better, at least for them. You know, a Muslim, he paint his Quran. He painted, you know, oh, this color is not good, the color of Allah, I will change it. I will add some words. Because here it says, Ahad. And Ahad, by the way, does not mean one. Ahad does not mean one. If you go and search in the Quran for the word Ahad, you will see always the word Ahad mean one of. Never in Arabic Ahad mean one. Never. وَمَا يُعَلِّمَانِ مِنْ أَحَدٍ. Chapter 2, verse number 102. And this is about Harut and Marut, who open a Horibooter school to teach magic. And they don't teach any man. You see? This is the word ahad. Any man. Any man. Not one man. This is what ahad means. This is the word ahad in Arabic. And it is the same word in the chapter of Al-Ikhlas. So they lie when they translate. Ahad does not mean one, it means one of. Which means the same verse proving to us that Allah cannot be a single person because he is one of. Secondly, Muhammad here, the coward, he is trying to copy the Jews, where the Old Testament says, "O Israel, your God is Echad." This is Ahad, the same word. Echad. Echad is not one as a number. Echad mean unity. Mean unity. Echad, that's why the Bible says that a man and the woman, they get married and they will become one. The man and the women, they become one. What is the word used there? Echad. Echad. So when those, this potato religion, counterfeit religion, trying to copy from the Old Testament a statement, they fail. So Muhammad was trying to copy this. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is a compound unity. This is Echad. Potatoes. Not to mention, to forget to mention that when you say he is one as is a meaning of number, that will destroy the meaning, because if he is one, that means we can count God. If the word one present number, that means there's two and there's three. Otherwise you cannot count. What one? One what? The only one here can fit is the one is coming from the Bible, and Muhammad the thief, he stole it from there. This is exactly what he is trying to cut from the Old Testament, is Echad. And this is the same word Jesus he used when he said that me and the Father is one. Echad. The one who saw me, he saw the Father. Additional to that, we mentioned many times before that, the Quran itself mentioned that if this is a book made by other than Allah, which is very funny that Allah is saying that. Look at this. Just to show you how funny this book is. Chapter 4, verse number 82. It says, remember, this is not my translation. What do they not ponder? The Quran. If it had been from other than Allah, not God, the translation here says Allah, God. That's false. Allah. Change the translator. This is Arbari. Let us go to Shish Kebab. Ahmad Raza Khan. Pakistan. This is Pakistan. Raza Khan. Aman Rabbi, Aman Raza Khan. Raza Khan will give you all the dukhan. Okay, Raza Khan. So, do they not wonder about the Quran? And had it been from anyone beside Allah, they would certainly find much contradiction in it. If Allah is one, as the guy from Pakistan, he is telling us, why Allah saying, if this is book made by other than me, I mean, why he's not saying by me? He says other than Allah. Who is talking? Allah. How he is the only one, and why he is talking about somebody else. And actually, this verse alone will destroy all the religion of Islam, because all the Quran is a book of contradiction. I challenge the Muslims actually to call me and make a challenge about this verse. Isn't it the same verse, Mimi Hijab, he quote for Borat? He says to him, the Quran says if there is if this book is made by other than Allah, there's contradiction. And then Borat, he said to him, even Borat is smarter than Allah. He said to him, I have a phone book, have zero contradiction. For sure it's not made by Allah. I mean, have you ever heard of a stupid thing? So if you write a book, have zero contradiction, that's mean you're God. This logic is a proof that this God is not God, because he have a low IQ. Even the book of Joe Biden have zero contradiction. He must be God. Actually, he look like God, to be honest with me. He's smart, intelligent, you know. He forgot his name, like Allah. He think that he is other person, like Allah. He speak about himself as a third person, like Allah. He speak about himself as he is not there, like Allah. You know. He forgot if he's a president or he is the vice president, like Allah. Until now, we have zero Muhammadan trying to get Christian prince busted. Zero. Let us call Safaraz. Maybe Safaraz can save us. I don't know. Maybe he is asleep. Let us wake him up. Safaraz now in Pakistan. No, he's actually in UK, I think. And right away, you will hear an amazing answer. Let us mute the speaker so it doesn't bother you. Maybe now he is celebrating slaughtering animals. Okay, he's not answering. You know, right now, the Muslims are slaughtering animals. And you know, the funny is, the Muslims, they say that we celebrate Al-Adha. You ask them, you will see a Muslim article saying, Christians are pagan. They speak about sacrificing. Jesus, he sacrificed his blood. You idiot. But so you celebrate now this day. Is it because God, he asked, you claim that this is your God, he asked Abraham to sacrifice his son? This isn't it his son is a human? And you know, when Muhammad, he copied this story, by the way, he got himself busted. Why? Because even the verse which he quoted or speaking about Abraham, Allah, he sent his own sacrifice. So even the Muslim believe that Allah himself, he gives sacrifice. And here the problem is, Allah gives sacrifice to who? The Muslim, they says to you, if Jesus is God, he sacrificed himself to make himself happy, so he forgive your sin. Does that make sense? This is what they say to us. day and night. They say, doesn't make sense. Well, Jesus, he did not sacrifice himself to the Father. Jesus, he knew what they would do to him, yet he is willing to walk it all the way to the end. Even he knew the future. When we say that Jesus sacrificed himself, doesn't mean that Jesus, he says, hey, let me call the Jews. Hey, Jews, I'm here. Come and capture me. And please don't forget to use 3 nails. Be sure they are sharp. Very silly, very stupid argument. I think we have Safaraz. Oh, no, Safaraz is not calling. I thought it says connecting. Maybe I lost connection in Skype. Maybe. Okay. So it says here that Allah, he ransom, he himself, he ransom with a great sacrifice. Remember, the purpose of us to be here is to teach you Christians how not to refute them, but how to get them busted. We don't refute Muslims, we get them busted. And we cannot debate Muslims because you cannot debate a liar. So you have to get him busted. This is the only way. This is why you see many Muslims, they choose people who do not know much so they can, you know, play games. We have a Muslim, I guess. Let's see. We are calling this Abdul. And he is not answering. I wish there is a way to change the ring of Skype. It's really annoying. He is not answering. Let's try one more time. Let's hope he will answer. He's not answering. Maybe it's just plain, I don't know. I will give it one more last try. All right, he is not answering. Obviously, he's playing games. All right, until we find a serious Muslim, we continue. Here we ask ourselves, Allah, he gave sacrifice. Allah gave sacrifice to whom? Any Muslim can answer? See, the word which is mentioned here is not my word. It's your word. And the one is talking is Allah. And as you see, Allah, he called himself we. You see, remember, Allah is one. But Allah is we. If you ask the Muhammadan, why Allah, he keeps saying the word we if he is one? They say to you, it's as a phrase of majestic, like a king, he say we. But this is really stupid and silly. Why? Because that's mean Allah, he don't feel he is really well respected by being one. Do you understand, guys, what I mean? If Allah, he say we, and that is for the purpose to be like big, like we, you know, not I, you know, like intimidating, let us say. He want to intimidate us. We. That's mean it's not fit for this God. He don't like it to be I. Because how a word can change a position of God? How a word can elevate his value? So are you saying to me that your God, he depends in a language to elevate himself? Isn't it this is silly and stupid? So Allah is one, but he is we. And then he says, we ransomed his son with a great sacrifice. Okay, so now Mr. We sound like Chinese for me. By the way, I used to speak Chinese, but what happened once, when Allah, he sent me al-Buraq and I went to the seventh heaven, in my way, I fell down from the top of the donkey. And when I fell down, I hit with the, like, you know, the angel next to me, he have an iPad. So I fell down and I grabbed him, the angel, because I wouldn't want to fall down, but his iPad hit my head. And since then I lost my, most of, like 99% of the Chinese I know. The only word I remember like Bruce Lee, you know? Yeah, I remember this one, Bruce Lee. Yeah. Bro and Slee, you know, because he's like, he was like a bro for me, you know, and his name is Lee. Okay, just to let you know. And Lee in Chinese mean sacrifice, majesty, Allahu Akbar. Okay, so this is, by the way, true story, Sahih Bukhari, hadith number 00, Zakir Naik. So Allah, Mr. We, he decide, this is Mr. We. Let's explain in details. Mr. We, he decide to make ransom. A sacrifice. Allah, Mr. We, he gave sacrifice to who? We'll go back to we. So we, he sent sacrifice to we, and the we sacrifice came back to we. But why? Hey Muslims, anyone can explain this? So the silly Muhammad, he copied a story from the Bible. In the Bible, it makes sense that God himself is sending his son to sacrifice for our sake. In the Bible, this is why we see, did you ask yourself why God, he asked Abraham to sacrifice his son? What about sacrificing himself? Why God did not ask Abraham to sacrifice himself? Why his son? So there is a symbolic for the word son. And you notice that God himself, according to the Quran, the God we, Mr. We, he himself, he sent a sacrifice, sacrificing to himself. I'm a Muslim. Okay, let's see, this guy is a Muslim. Hello, my friend, how are you? Hello, hello. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? He hang up. Missed code. Let me check to be sure that the audio in Skype is working fine. Audio, speaker, microphone. Okay. Okay, maybe this is why he did not hear me. I think there was something wrong with the Skype. All right, let's call him again. Hello? Assalamu alaikum wa la'natullah. He is cursing me. He think I do not speak Arabic. He said, Sam alaikum, poison on you, and Allah curse you. Is that correct?
Yes. La'natullah alayk ya mushrik.
So I said, Fu alayk wa ala rabbak. Fu at Allah and Muhammad. You see, you are calling me to curse. You see, you are stupid. You are son of Muta. So you brought insult to your prophet and to your God. This is telling you how evil this religion is. He said it fast. He thought I will not understand. I speak Arabic better than your God. So he said, Sam alaikum, Sam alaikum. This is what, by the way, this is what his prophet says to them. Sam mean poison. Sam on you. and curse of Allah. He said it fast. He thought I will not notice. Son of Muta, you are speaking to the one who make your prophet Allah, Muhammad, shish kebab every day. I'm not slow like you Muslims. So the coward, he didn't dare to answer us. He called us to curse us. And you know, actually the funny is, their prophet, he says, don't insult them, so they will insult you. But later he himself, you know, he did not practice it. Is it your stupid God? Said he ordered you not to do that? What kind of a Muslim you are? Oh, he's following the prophet. Later the prophet was cursing everybody. He even cursed his father. Oh, here we go. This is the verse about volabotos. Allah will give us women with volabotos. I like that. You know what? I'm going to call you and say shahada because I want to get women with the cube breast. Cube breast? I like that, man. I never saw cube breast. I saw some of them like a rectangle. I saw some of them like an umbrella. I saw some of them. I saw a lot because we used to have cows. 7 breasts, each one have. You're a stupid Muhammad God, he said in chapter 6, verse number 108. And look at this fast translation. Don't insult those who call upon beside Allah, lest you know, they are going to call you bad. They will insult your God. Muhammad is not worried about insulting us, by the way. He is worried about insulting him in return. Potato. 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 You just brought insult to yourself and to your God. If you call me normally and you debate me, what you will lose? Show everybody that you are right. Yeah, you know, actually, you know, we have to be serious here. You know, when the Quran says Allah will give you a cube, because this is what kawaib, you know, kawaib coming from Kaaba. Kaaba is a cube. Okay, Kaaba is kawaib. So in Allah, you know, all of us, we are used to see this. A circle, and there's a dot in the middle. It's like a practicing target, you know, something boring, you know, boring really. It is time. It is time to change that. So the breast Allah will give us, they will be like this. Alhamdulillah. Finally, change is coming. Somebody tell Joe Biden. Free Abdul Rahman saying, how can be there 3 in your Bible? Your book has Jesus saying that the Father is a greater than he. I mean, the Muslims are so smart. I love it. You know, I wanted to be a Muslim for one day, but I could not. I could not make it. Not even for an hour. Guys, this is Muslim. He thought about the question for a century. And he came with this. Abdul Rahman saying, now can be 3? How can be 3 in your Bible? Your book has Jesus saying that that the Father is greater than he is. Abdul, did you just say that Jesus, he says the Father? Well, he is the Son. If Jesus, speaking about his Father, that his Father is greater than him, still he is the Son. I mean, do you want to drink some coffee or come urine? Which is your favorite drink? Our friend, it's time to change your diet. You just refuted yourself. Jesus says, my Father. My Father. So he is the Son. And if I ask you now, who is greater, you or your Father? You will say, my Father. I mean, do you see how silly you are? The word Father present authority too. The word Father present authority. Who is in charge? The Father. Who is the Son? He is the crown prince. If there is a king, there's a king, and there is a crown prince. So Jesus is telling you that everything I have is coming from my Father, because all what you see a man in front of you. Who is this man is talking? He's a man. So he's telling you that you saw nothing of the greatness. I am humble in front of you because I came to you in the image of a man. That's why the Bible says he emptied himself from the glory, etc. And he humbled himself and he took the image of a man. That's what Jesus said. Let us see if we can find another Muslim, he can do something better. Somebody saying, I'm not a Muslim, but I almost converted. My friend, you should convert. You don't know what you are missing. Allah will make your penis endless. You have no idea what are you missing. This is the proof that Allah is God. Only Allah can make penis endless. Let us see this Muslim. Maybe this is the same guy who was cursing me. He changed his name now. He want to curse me in the other language. Let us call him. He is not answering. And the question is, still nobody answered it. Allah is one what? All reference prove to us that Allah is a man. Allah is a man. And I have the proof. A stupid man. Not a complete smart man. Let us call this guy again. Hello? Yes, my friend, you are live on air. Are you a Muslim?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Why you are saying to me assalamu alaikum?
That's our greeting from the Prophet. I'm actually using...
Is it this is really a greeting, or this is a greeting stolen from the Bible?
No, it's from the Quran and the Hadith.
Okay, what the angels, they say to Mary, the mother of Jesus, when they came to her, didn't they say to her, Shalom to you, Mary, Salamu alaikum?
Okay, they greeted. Okay,
they said Assalamu alaikum.
Instructed. No, our Prophet instructs us to...
Okay, hold on. When the first time Muhammad, he heard the word Assalamu alaikum?
I'm not so sure, but...
well, there is nothing, you see?
The first revelation, you go?
No, my friend. No. The first revelation, the angel, he came to him. The first revelation came to him supposedly in the cave of Hira, correct?
The cave of Hira, yes.
Okay. If we read the story, you will see that the angel never said to him, Shalom to you. Salamu alaikum, correct?
Yeah. And that's not...
That's exactly what we are talking about, because this is Satan. If he is an angel, if he is the same angel, he came to Mary, well, he should say what he said to Mary. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom to you, Mary.
Yeah.
Okay. Muhammad, he never received.
And still the same angel came to Muhammad.
How you know? How you know?
It's written. He came with
How you know?
From the Hadith. We can check him.
Isn't it your prophet, he said, that Jibreel, Shaitan, he come to him in the look of Jibreel?
Yeah.
Okay, that's mean it's possible that the one who came to him in the cave of Hira is Shaitan too. This is Jibreel, because you agreed that Shaitan, he can come in the image of Jibreel. Correct?
It is possible, yeah. It is
Okay.
possible, but
Okay.
the one who came.
How you know? How you know, my friend? You keep saying to me, the one he came, the one who came, the one who came. If
The
Muhammad
angel.
himself, he agreed that Shaitan, he come to him in the image of Jibreel, and he gave him even verses in the Quran, correct?
I gave him revelations, not only verses.
He gave him revelation, exactly. Revelation, that's revelation. That's mean Muhammad did not receive revelation from God, he received it from Shaitan. So Shaitan, he come to Muhammad in the image of Jibreel, and Muhammad called him Al-Abiyad.
Not Shaitan.
Huh?
No, not that. It's not a Shaitan. It's an angel.
No, it is Shaitan. How come a second ago you agreed, and now you are saying to me, no, it's not Shaitan?
It's because the hadith records is an angel.
Okay, hold on. Let us go back to zero. Let us go back to zero. Ibn Abbas, the cousin of your prophet, he says that the prophet said that the messenger of Allah, Shaitan, his name is Al-Abiyad, he came to him and he gave him revelation, as you said. Do you agree with that or not?
Yes.
Okay. So what was Shaitan? What was Shaitan presenting himself as? He was presenting himself as Jibreel, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. That's mean Shaitan, he gave revelation to Muhammad.
According to in a verse is true.
Yeah. And not all, this is your books, you see. We don't, this is Al-Qurtubi, Al-Tabari, Tafsir Al-Razi. This is Tafsir Al-Razi, an example. We can open for you Al-Qurtubi. It says the same, that Shaitan, he took the image of Jibreel and he came to him, and he gave Muhammad satanic verses. What do you think? Are you with me? You hang up. Shaitan, his name is white, but by the way, Shaitan is black. According to Islam, always Shaitan is black. So why is white called white? Because he come as the white Jibreel. Because he came in the image of the white Gabriel, and he gave him the satanic verses. The second a Muslim he say anything, he is in trouble. He just said Assalamu alaikum. He did not debate yet. Did he? He just said Assalamu alaikum. We destroyed Islam by just Assalamu alaikum question. So what if we go in depth more and more? Do you see how easy to demolish this stupid cult? Even though I like it because of the penis issue, I don't like to have a penis is just 8 foot tall. I want to have it endless, as Allah, he said. So like I go in the ocean, I will never drown in the ocean if it's endless. Because all what you need to do, just to sleep in your belly when you are swimming, and your penis will push you up in the sky. You will never drown. Unless shark bite it or something, just be careful. Or a whale or something. Swallow it, think it's a sujatus or something. Uzu billah. I mean, this God is so intelligent to the point he promises endless penis and endless vagina and a cube breast, and still they are saying to us, your religion have no logic, okay? What the heck? A Muhammadan speaking about logic? That's very logical. And in case you do not know, Muhammad, he forbid philosophy and logic. It's forbidden Islam. But every Muslim, he speak about logic. Muslims consider those, the real Muslims, those who practice philosophy, they should be killed. Then a Muslim, he come to you and he says, this is not logical. I mean, look who is talking. This guy, maybe he have his wife, she came or something, you know, so he have to hang up. I understand. Allah is AWT, is one being. Oh, okay, that's, you see, guys, you see how they refuted us? Do you see how they refuted us? Guys, look, this Abdul, he refuted us. Abdul Rahman, why you don't call me? Honestly, I like you. You know what? I will make you an admin when the chat room is off. Just to make you happy. Just to show you how much I support what you are doing. That's it. From now on, you are an admin in my chat when we are not live on air. He says Allah is WT. Have you ever, guys, have heard somebody saying Allah is WT? I mean, the Quran says Allah and then the Muslim says SWT. Okay. Look like the name of Allah alone is not enough to praise him. So they have to add things like frame. Is one being. Being what? You see, I'm going to go with you. Allah is one being. Being what? What is that? When you say Allah is one being, being what? I'm going by your words. If Allah is one being, well, I am one being too. I'm not two. I mean, do you see the stupidity? I am one being too. And Mr. Bean, he is Mr. Bean because he's one being. So you did not tell me who's Allah. Allah is one being, but I am one being. My neighbor is one being. His wife, she is not one being. She's like 10. Man, I feel sorry for him. What happened to him when she jumped on him? I have no idea. You don't look like that strong. Oh boy. I think she's like 12 being. 12 horses power. So when a Muslim, he tried to give us a definition of his God, we die laughing because they don't know what they are talking about. And then he says, answer me. Can your God, Jesus, be weakened? Well, Jesus, he was fasting for 40 days. This is the flesh. Can you fast for 40 days? You Muslim, you eat after a few hours. And I'm tired. You know, Ramadan, I'm tired. Don't talk to me, please. I did not drink for 6-7 hours. All night you are eating like an elephant. Your belly is like a trunk. If you open it, it's going to explode. And then you stay for a few hours sleeping. The whole day you sleep. You woke up afternoon and don't talk to me. I'm fasting. Okay, I'm tired. You know, Jesus fasted for 40 days. Is that what a being can do? Human being. Can you fast for 40 days? Secondly, as long as you are talking about Jesus, he is the weak person. How Jesus, the weak person, can resurrect people from death? He's weak. How the weak person can heal the one who is dying? How the weak one can make the one who don't see. He's weak, remember. But this is not an act of a weakness. This is an act of God. How he can control nature and how he is alive until now. He's weak, remember. You know. Now, the weak is your prophet. Your prophet is always sick. Either he have diarrhea, like Ahmad Mirza Ghulam, or he have a fever, or later he died by poison from Walmart. Did not even cost $2. A Jewish woman, she went to Walmart, she bought a poison for rats, and she put it to the prophet. And not only that, she said to Muhammad, after that, because Muhammad, he asked her what you did, you know. She said, well, you know what? I said to myself, if you are a prophet, Allah will save you. If you are an imposter, Allah will kill you. And then Muhammad, he died by poison from Walmart. That is showing us that the God of Muhammad is weak. Because how come the Jews could not, the same people, the Jews could not kill Jesus. The Jews can kill Muhammad. Now go and search Google, try to find a better answer, my friend. Mr. By the way, your name is Abdul Rahman. I mean, this is very funny. Who is Ar-Rahman? They don't even know who's Ar-Rahman. They say to you, Ar-Rahman is one of the names of Allah, but but this name alone exposed Muhammad, because Muhammad all his life never mentioned the word Rahman. Suddenly he mentioned Rahman. Okay, my friend, I call you. Just be sure there's no females around you so you don't get interrupted, because the Prophet, he said the three things will interrupt your prayer: a woman, a dog, and a donkey. Let us call him. It says he is not online. Oh, I'm calling the wrong person. Hold on. Okay. Yes, my friend. Let us continue where we stopped.
Yeah, so...
Are you alone in the room now? Because I don't want you to drop the mic on me every few minutes because just a female entered the room. So be sure, please, that you are in a private place so we can talk.
No problem.
All right.
What's your problem about Muhammad's death?
What's what?
About the Prophet Prophet's death. What's your argument?
My argument? Well, don't you Muslim, you say that the Jews tried to kill Jesus, right?
Yeah, and they did. Jesus
Okay.
did not even survive for 4 years.
Okay, so they killed him? They killed him or they did not kill him?
Well, the Quran says we will keep Muhammad alive until he completed the message, and that's what he did.
The Quran says we will keep Muhammad until he is what?
Until he completed the message.
Okay, which verse is that saying that?
No, now I have to search it.
You have to search it. Okay, I will give you time. You can search it. I will give you 5 years. But let me ask you, when Muhammad he gave the Quran, did he complete the message when he died or before his death? What is the proof?
What's the proof that he didn't? Because Surah Al-Ma'idah was the last chapter to be revealed.
Oh, the chapter of Al-Ma'idah was to be revealed?
Allah says in Surah Al-Ma'idah, today I have perfected your religion.
Okay. So the Surah Al-Ma'idah is the last one.
Yeah.
So why it's not the last one in the Quran?
Because it's not supposed to be in chronological order.
It's not supposed to be. Who said that?
Who told you it's supposed to be in chronological order?
Well, if Allah he gave it to you in an order, who are you to change the order?
Surah Al-Fatiha is not even the first chapter to be revealed, but Fatiha means open.
Exactly. So who is the one who allow you to change the order?